Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about my acne and what I think caused it. So I've made a list of a few things that I was doing for the past few months, and I feel like these things, whether it be in combination or one thing or the other, caused me to have such bad breakouts. I can't pinpoint exactly what was causing my acne. I didn't go to the dermatologist and get tested to see what it was. If you haven't watched my channel in the past few months, or if you're new to my channel, between January and April, my skin broke out and acted up more so than it ever has in my entire life. I feel like we see a lot of videos of what to do, but never what not to do. Before you get too into this video, go watch some of my older videos from, like I said, January to April, and I had it all over both sides of my face, like right around here where I apply bronzer, like where my hollows and my cheeks are. And I also want to point out that I'm not a physician, a dermatologist. I'm not technically a cosmetologist yet. I am in cosmetology school and I'm about to graduate officially, but we are not very like tuned in to skincare and aesthetics and all that stuff. So these are just my opinions and just my observations with what I've done. My skin has finally cleared up. It's on its way to recovery. I don't have any active breakouts for the most part. My scarring and stuff is finally clearing up. So take it with a grain of salt, but I do hope this is helpful for you guys nonetheless. So the first thing that I think is a big factor in my acne is stress. Obviously stress is abstract and sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do about it. You can't really tell your brain to just stop. And there are a few things you can do to counteract it. For one, I started exercising, and I feel like when I started exercising, my skin did start clearing up and getting better. I think it was more of a stress reliever. So if you're stressed, I definitely recommend exercising, maybe doing some yoga or Pilates, just something light. The second thing that I feel was a fairly big factor is the fact that I changed my cleanser. So for the longest time I was using and loving the Biore Deep Pore Charcoal Cleanser, which was very beneficial to my skin. I stopped using it because I used it like 2 or 3 times all the way through and like repurchased it. I just got bored with it. So when I stopped the use of this, I did start breaking out when I look back now. But yeah, main point of this story is that if you have a product that works, don't switch it up. The third thing I was doing wrong is that I was neglecting facial masks. And I feel like facial masks are literally one of the most important steps in your skincare routine. And I was actually reading some articles before I started the video where dermatologists were saying that they didn't feel like my facial masks were very beneficial. I completely disagree, because I was using facial masks up until about December twice a week religiously, and my skin was staying very clear, especially like right before my wedding. My skin was very clear on my wedding day, and your wedding is the most stressful time of your life, and I feel like the fact that I didn't break out before my wedding says a lot, and I feel like that was probably one of the most important things I could have done. And when I started doing it routinely, like when I set a schedule for myself, I noticed the biggest difference. The fourth thing that I feel like was breaking me out is a product, and I didn't figure it out until it was almost gone, but I was using this Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water for oily skin. This is the one that's supposed to be mattifying. It's got a green top. Normally I use the one that's for waterproof makeup, but I ran out of it and I wanted to try a new one, and I feel like this was breaking me out. Now I don't know what would be in it that would be breaking me out. I know it has alcohol in it, but really I don't know what the difference is in this one versus the waterproof one. But I was using this from about January to April, and like I said, I broke out all those months. So I just decided to toss it up as a loss for whatever was left in this, and I went out and purchased the waterproof one again. And ever since I started using this one again, my skin has been calming down. It hasn't been breaking out, and it's pretty much back to normal. So the fifth thing that I feel like I was doing wrong, God, I just did so much wrong in 4 months time. I feel like I picked and popped at my skin so much that it just caused more irritation, and I started doing more research on why popping is so bad for your skin, other than the fact that you're popping one area, you're moving to another. Most people don't wash their hands in between different pimples, and I actually found out that when you pop a pimple, there's not just an explosion on the surface like that you actually see. There's actually an explosion within your skin. So here's your pimple. Your pimple's kind of like sticking out like this, and here's underneath your skin. So when you pop this pimple, it explodes on the outside, but it also explodes on the inside. So the inside explosion can spread and cause more acne in that area, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it. But I did start using an extractor tool instead of using my fingers, and I literally became obsessed with this thing. And I was pretty good with cleaning it and stuff. Like I cleaned it in between every pimple. That's such a disgusting word, but I cleaned it in between every pimple and every use, and I feel like using this actually caused me to have more breakouts, and I don't really know why. I didn't really do a whole lot of research on this, but I will put any extra research that I do after this video in the description box below, because I hate to give you guys videos where there's not like research to back what I'm saying up. I try not to use it as much now, and like I said, I'm not breaking out as bad. So I feel like this is better for your skin than popping it with your fingers, because I also read that when dermatologists pop your zits, they're applying a downward motion, whereas where we do it, we come at it from the sides. With this, you are applying downward pressure when you're using it on your own, so I don't really know why it would be so bad, but all I know is that when I use this very frequently, which I was when I had the clusters, my skin just would not clear up. Next thing that I feel was a very big influence on my acne was using cream stick products, and this makes me so sad because I love these Wet n Wild Mega Glow makeup sticks. I did an entire cream foundation routine using them. I used them for a good 2 or 3 months. I don't know what it is about cream products that break you out, but I feel like there's some kind of science behind it. And right before this video, I did try to do some research as to why cream products do that, and I couldn't find anything. These do have talc in them, and that's the only thing that really sticks out to me. Talc is pore clogging and comedogenic. So it's either the ingredients that were breaking me out or the fact that I wasn't sanitizing these in between each use, because literally my bronzer region on both sides was breaking out horribly. I mean, it was clusters on both sides. And guess what I did with this? I applied it right to my face like that, in that exact same region. The number 7 thing that I was doing wrong was I was not exfoliating my skin very well at all. I was not doing it regularly. You're supposed to exfoliate your skin between 1 and 3 times a week, and I would be lucky if I did it once every 2 weeks. The next thing I feel like I was doing wrong was not cleansing enough. I've always been the type of person that only cleanses at night when I take a shower. I've never been the type of person that cleans over the sink. For 1, because it's messy, 2, because it takes too much time in the mornings when I'm getting ready, I'm on a time schedule, and 3, because I always thought that over cleansing could strip your skin of its natural oils. I've read some articles that say you should cleanse twice a day, and then some from dermatologists saying that you should only cleanse once a day because it could strip your skin of its oils. I don't really know. At this point, I still only cleanse once a day at night, and if I can't cleanse, I at least use a toner. It does remove excess dirt, debris, oil. It balances the pH in your skin. So at least cleanse your skin with cleanser and water once a day, if not twice a day, and make sure you're removing your makeup before you cleanse, because I look at it as when your cleanser is being put on top of your makeup, its main job is to remove your makeup. So it's really not digging deep into your pores and cleansing your pores. So you definitely need to double cleanse at night, where you remove your makeup with a separate product like a micellar water or makeup wipes or something, and then go in with your cleanser and water. Another thing that I feel broke me out really bad was not washing my makeup brushes enough. When you're going to school or work full time, it's really hard to come home and wrap your head around washing 100-some brushes. It's so time consuming. My hands get all pruny and nasty. I probably was washing my makeup brushes once every month, maybe month and a half. But you really need to wash your brushes, if not every week, every 2 weeks, because all the bacteria and the foundation and the dirt and the oil that gets sucked in and trapped in the makeup brushes is getting spread over your face when you use it the next day and the next day, in turn causing acne and breakouts. And pretty much the last thing that I feel like I was doing wrong was not washing my pillowcases enough. You guys have probably heard this one before, but your pillowcase harbors so much bacteria, and just think, I'm a side sleeper. I had acne on my sides. I was laying on my pillowcases every single night, just flipping and flopping and tossing and turning. And if we're being honest, and remember, this is not a place for judgment, I was probably washing my pillowcases every 2 months. So I was sleeping on the same pillowcases every single night and laying my nasty old face down on it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they say you should wash your pillowcases at least once a week. So the last thing I want to point out that isn't really a thing that I was doing wrong, it was kind of a thing that helped me clear my acne a little bit, but in April I went to the beach. Of course, my acne started clearing up. I was like, you know what, there has to be some kind of science behind why salt water is so good for your skin. Like, what is in salt water that makes it clear my acne like this? Because every time you go to the beach, you guys notice that your skin looks really healthy and glowy and clear. So I started researching it, and not only is salt water a natural exfoliant, but it is also packed with magnesium, calcium, and potassium, which is exactly what makes it so beneficial beneficial to various skin types. It absorbs the toxins in the body and on the skin, including acne-causing bacteria. It encourages the healing process. It helps regulate the overproduction of oil that leads to clogged pores, and the list goes on and on. So I started looking up to see if there was any kind of product that had sea salt in it, and I couldn't find anything, which is so weird. So I did find... Oh no! But I did find some videos that made some DIY sea salt toner recipes. So I made one of my own. All it is 3 tablespoons of sea salt, and then I filled the rest up with water. I just recycled an old bottle of setting spray, and this one doesn't really work as well. It gets stuck and clogged up. But I do feel like this started clearing my acne before anything else. I don't use this regularly, and I probably should, but it is a little bit drying on your skin. But if you have oily skin, like excessively oily skin, this would be a very, very good product to spray in the morning or even throughout the day on top of your makeup. Now, I haven't tried it for that purpose myself, so I don't know how that would work. But I do know that this does absorb the excess oil in your skin. So instead of using regular sea salt, I actually used Himalayan pink salt. And I do want to read to you guys some of the benefits that it has. So it's supposed to be an antibacterial and antimicrobial. It has 84 essential minerals and electrolytes. It reduces inflammation. It detoxes and cleanses the skin. It helps with things like eczema and psoriasis. So I've tried to look up the difference between Himalayan pink salt and just regular sea salt, and I thought I read once that it was actually more moisturizing than regular sea salt. I don't know if that's a thing. I will do some more research, and again, I'll put all my updates down there. But on this website, it says that Himalayan pink salt is more easily absorbed into the skin and body. So yeah, that is it for things I did wrong that caused me to break out horrendously. If you have any other advice or tips or tricks on how to clear or prevent acne, then please let everyone know in the comments below. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe, follow me on all my social media. All the links are below, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah.